The rise of the Black P Stone Nation and its expansion to Los Angeles. The Blackstone Rangers were a street organization founded in Chicago around 1959 to 1961. The group took its name from Blackstone Avenue on Chicago's South Side. It was started by Jeff Fort and Eugene Hairston. The term Ranger was chosen because it sounded distinctive and carried a disciplined, militant tone. Jeff Fort was still a teenager when he began organizing young men in the Woodlawn neighborhood. By the mid-1960s, the Rangers had grown significantly, claiming thousands of members across Chicago's South Side. Unlike many neighborhood gangs at the time, the Rangers developed a structured hierarchy, centralized leadership, political awareness. By the mid to late 1960s, around 1966 to 1968, the organization's name evolved into the Black P Stone Rangers. The P has been interpreted as standing for peace or people, reflecting an effort to project unity and political identity. By the early 1970s, the Stones had expanded throughout Chicago. Several independent groups began adopting the word Stone into their own names. Eventually, the organization became known as the Almighty Black P Stone Nation. Within the nation, the main 21 referred to 21 foundational sets under the alliance. Some of these included Jet Black Stones, Titanic Stones, Apache Stones, Maniac Stones, Rubinite Stones, No Love Stones, P. R. Stones, Mickey Cobra, Stones Gangster Stones. Over time, additional sets were added. The move to Los Angeles. According to accounts from T.Rodgers, a Chicago-born youth who later became a central figure in the Los Angeles chapter, the Stones' presence in California began in 1969. At the age of 12, Rodgers relocated from Chicago to Los Angeles, reportedly carrying permission from Chicago leadership to establish a Blackstone chapter in California. Rodgers later stated in interviews that Los Angeles at the time felt less organized than Chicago, making it easier to recruit young people who felt disconnected or marginalized. The organization expanded rapidly in certain neighborhoods and gained influence in local parks and gathering areas. Around this same period, another Los Angeles-based organization, the Crips, was also expanding. As their influence grew, conflicts between groups intensified. March 20th, 1972. A turning point. On the night of March 20th, 1972, crowds gathered at the Hollywood Palladium for a concert. After the event ended, an altercation broke out outside the venue. 16-year-old Robert Brooks Ballou Jr. was severely beaten during the confrontation, reportedly over a leather jacket. He later died from his injuries. Historical accounts link individuals involved in the attack to members of the West Side Crips. The incident became one of the early high-profile cases associated with escalating gang violence in Los Angeles. The formation of the Blood Alliance. During the early 1970s, the Crips expanded rapidly and encouraged, and in some cases pressured, independent groups to align under the Crip name. Some groups joined voluntarily, others did so out of fear or for protection. Still others resisted. Those who resisted began forming alliances of their own. The term Blood, before becoming a gang identity, was already part of Black vernacular slang. In the 1960s and early 1970s, Blood meant brother, someone connected by shared identity. It was rooted in Black Power-era solidarity and community language, not criminal identity. As anti-Crip alliances formed, the name Bloods began to take shape as a collective identity among independent groups. Among the early sets associated with the Blood Alliance were Piru Street Boys, the Brims, Harvard Park Brims, 61 Brims, 62 Brims, 59 Brims, Denver Lanes, Looters Park Hustlers, later Looters Park Pirates, Athens Park Boys, later Athens Park Bloods, the Bishops. According to statements attributed to T.Rodgers in later interviews, the Crips approached the Black P Stones about adopting the Crip identity. Rodgers reportedly declined, citing disagreement with the escalating violence, including the killing of Robert Ballou. Following this refusal, the Los Angeles Black P Stones aligned with the emerging Blood Alliance. Conclusion. The expansion of the Black P Stone Nation from Chicago to Los Angeles reflects a broader pattern of how street organizations evolved during the late 1960s and early 1970s. What began as localized neighborhood groups transformed into structured alliances shaped by territorial conflict. identity, and social conditions of the time. Understanding this history requires separating myth from documented accounts and recognizing how quickly youth organizations, rivalry, and violence reshaped entire communities. T.Rodgers was a community figure, author, actor, activist, and founder of the West Coast chapter of the almighty Black P. Stone Nation, a major Bloods gang set in Los Angeles' Baldwin Village area, a neighborhood once called the Jungles. He moved from Chicago to Los Angeles as a child, and as a young man, helped organize the local Black P. Stone set, originally intended as a structured community group, but later becoming associated with gang identity. Books, written works. He was described as an author and poet, publishing the following books: Lies My Homeboys Told Me, and the 50 Most Asked Questions About Gangs, film television work. T.Rodgers transitioned into entertainment and advisory roles. Colors, 1987, played Dr. Feelgood in this seminal gang-related drama directed by Dennis Hopper. Technical advisor on Training Day, 2001, helping the film depict Los Angeles street culture authentically. He appeared in other films and TV programs and contributed to BET's Baldwin Hills reality show. His entertainment work often drew on his lived experience and community influence. Beyond acting, founder of Sidewalk University, 1975, a program aimed at reducing violence and promoting peace in neighborhoods he once helped organize. Community activist peacemaker, worked to reduce gang conflict and support youth and underprivileged families. Known as a poet, musician, producer, consultant, and motivational speaker. Over time, Rodgers shifted from street leadership toward community engagement and cultural influence, gaining respect in film and public speaking. He was a son, brother, uncle, father, a brother Mason, Muslim a Black Stone, a leader among men. Rest in peace. T. Rodgers.